What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Cobe Rise and Rise in the building. We back at it again with the Rise and Rise Academy podcast. So we got your boy Cobe Rise and Rise. You dig what I'm saying? We got my man Showtime in the building. You dig? We got a heavy hitter coming up, y'all, man. Let's go. How you feeling, man? How you feeling, bro?
I'm great, man. Blessed and favored, man. It's a good week as always, man. Just happy to make it to the middle. Bless, you know how we get down. T, gimme. Thank God.
Gimme.
I made it, man. I need great, man. How's your week?
Hey, man, look, it's going so well, man. Like, hey, I just celebrated a birthday on Monday. You dig? So. Hey, we got it cracking, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I had a really blessed birthday, man. It was so much love, man. You know, it's so much work, and it was a lot of rest. It was a lot of rest this weekend. You know, I did a lot, but at the same time, I rested a lot too. You know, it's something that I truly needed. You know, just kind of like giving my energy back. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of filling my cup up, you know, so I can continue to overflow. You know what I'm saying? I had you know, went out to this thing, R&B night. You know what I'm saying? A few of the partners showed up, so it was all love, man. So I can say it was a love birthday, man, for real. I got a couple gifts I didn't expect. You know what I'm saying? So they definitely looked out for your boy. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate everybody for showing up, pulling up, you know, showing me love. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. So it was good, bro. How was your week?
That's what's up. Birthday again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get it started real quick, y'all. So I know you can't see them, but you know they have the audio on. So we do have a couple of guests here on the show. You dig what I'm saying? We have Miss Cora Lee, we have Deasia, and so they both are really on it when it comes to this topic of, you know, alkaline living, medications, you know, just different things that we could do just to help us out from a natural standpoint. And so I think this is going to be a real heavy hitter. So we'll start with you, Coralie. So if you want to give the people just a quick 30-second, you know, elevator pitch about yourself, you know, I appreciate it. I'll let you take it.
My name is Coralie. I am the owner of Alkaline Healing Herbs. We are located in Chicago. We have two shops. We have one in the north side at 4659 North Elston. That's the main shop. And then we have another small express shop in Humboldt Park, that is where I'm originally from. And that address is 2455 West Division. We also have a website, alkalinehealingherbs.com. And as the owner of Alkaline Healing Herbs, I believe in that you can take control of your health, your life, by taking control of your health. How can you do that? You need the tools to be able to do that. The body is made to heal itself. But in order for it to heal itself, you need to put the right things in your body. So if you're constantly eating out, if you're eating fast food, if you're eating GMO foods, if you're not cooking your own foods and eating fresh organic fruits and juices, then how can the body's not getting the nutrients it needs to be able to do its job? So we're the tool shed. You come get your tools, which are the herbs, the detox packages. We have capsules, we have teas, we got sea moss, we have tonics. I mean, you name it, we got it. And then it's up to you. You have to have the willpower and the dedication to go ahead and do what it is that is recommended for your whatever's going on in your body. So that way that you can heal yourself. So the true healer is you. It's not me. I feel like I'm the tool shed, but I can guide you there, but you're the one that has to do the work.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That was heavy. That was heavy, y'all. And it looks like Dej had already dropped the website here. So you guys go check out that website. So I appreciate you joining in for the show. I think you're going to give a lot of good game, you know what I'm saying? And I think we're going to open up a whole lot of doors, you know what I'm saying, for our risers, you know what I'm saying? So my audience, we call them the risers, you know what I'm saying? So we always trying to rise up in the morning, and we're going to rise up to the occasion and above the obstacles. So yeah, this is going to be perfect. So the next one I'm going to introduce Deasia. So if you want to go ahead and give your pitch, elevator pitch real quick and let the people know who you are.
Peace and love, y'all. My name is Deasia, but everybody calls me Baby D. I am basically I do a lot. I do a radio show that Coralie, she be on, called the Baby D Show, and that's live on my Facebook here and there. Um, I was, I got adjusted to this lifestyle because I've met Coralie at her shop, and her shop pretty much healed me. Like, it changed my life, changed my eating, changed my disease, and changed my weight loss. I also have my own business called D Vibes, and you can look that up at www.dvibes.shop. I sell metaphysical products and I do readings. And yeah, that's pretty much the tea about me.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And yeah, so just to let y'all know, and she, like I said, she has changed her life. You know, her story is really great. You know, so she's gonna add, you know, some really good value. You know, and this is a real experience because, like I said, we're living testimonies because we actually live this life. You know what I'm saying? And so, and I know I tell this story all the time, but you know, I changed my diet just from my lifestyle change. I was, you know, going to work, coming back home. You know, when I was just graduating college, you know, everything was going good, and you know, just felt like something was missing. You know, and it just didn't feel healthy. So I started to go to the gym and you know work out, started to feel better, and naturally, you know, I began to change my diet up. You know, so I was always looking at different ways I can like grow my locks out because I was growing my locks at the time. You know what I'm saying? So if you look them up on YouTube, they always talk about change your diet, you know, drink plenty of water, you know, just stuff I pretty much already knew, but just went deeper dive. And so, you know, I began to dive into the alkaline plant-based lifestyle. And so that's when I started to see a lot of changes. I mean, everything started to kind of get better for me. So I wasn't sneezing as much. You know, I would normally get allergies and I didn't have any allergies, you know, and everybody else was, you know, coughing and stuff. I kept my distance, but at the same time, you know, I didn't fall victim to everybody else around me, you know, and even the food was different. So I remember I was telling this one story about how I was drinking a natural source water. So it was from an aquifer. You know what I'm saying? It was and it was filtered by the natural rock from the aquifer underneath the earth. And so I was drinking that for, you know, maybe a few weeks to a month. And I went back to like Aquafina water just to drink it, and it just didn't taste right, you know, and it was weird because I just thought it was the bottle. So I grabbed like 3 more bottles and all of them taste the same. It just tastes like it almost had bleach in it. And it was just kind of weird. And then I grabbed a bottle of like just the Dasani, just to give some examples, and same thing. So I was like, wow, you know, it really realized how tainted really we were. Like we didn't know what we didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And so once I started to detox, and that's really what it was, the diet made me detox. And then I started to kind of see more with what's going on with the world, and I understand now how people get sick, because now I know what happens if I'm sneezing. I know what happens if I'm coughing or if I have built up in mucus. The reason for it is mostly because of the lifestyle that we live. So if we're eating the wrong foods, you know, not exercising enough, you're going to have certain ailments, right? And I think Corley said it best. We are our healers, for real. We have to know what we have to be paying attention to our bodies, right? And so that's the main thing that most people don't realize, because everybody is different. But at the same time, we can heal ourselves with just the knowledge of self and the knowledge of what the natural herbs can do for us, and what they can bring to us, right? So I think that's actually a good segue to the topic. So just to give a heads up, so I actually had a few people come up to me, and they're out of, let's just say they're out of shape, right? And they take a lot of medication. You know, they've been through a lot of depression. You know, they had somebody, you know, pass away in their family, you know, just different things like that. And it caused them just to, you know, gain more weight, just, you know, have low confidence, right? And so went to the doctors, they prescribed them all these medications, you know, and it seems like, or from what I'm hearing, it seems like it's almost a decline. It's not really getting better, but, you know, he listens to the show. So, you know, he always asks, you know, he asks me questions, you know, and just different things like that. So I figured this would be a good topic because there are natural ways to do things, right? And so I guess what I'm looking for now is there's different ways to like heal depression. You know, we'll start with the mental aspect of it, right? So I actually start with you, Corley. What do you have you seen that, and if you have, what are some natural things that we can do for our mental health, our mental space, you know, our energy, you know, from the herbs perspective?
Sorry, I had a customer. Was there a question?
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah. So I was saying that so naturally, for like just for mental health perspective, right? Um what
For
are
mental health, well, I for mental health, like I think everybody has an issue with that right now, and the reason being is because of the products. First of all, when we're taking showers, that water is going to hitting our head, and it's full of heavy metals, right? And then it's got chemicals in there. So when we're taking showers, we're putting toxins in our body. Then we wash our hair with these products that are out there that are full of chemicals. Then you wash your body with this soap that is full of chemicals, right? And then you brush your teeth. And when you brush your teeth, it's got fluoride in there, which is a neurotoxin because it's got fluoride in the toothpaste. And then if you're drinking purified water, a lot of times they put fluoride in there. So now you're even putting more toxins in the body, which is a neurotoxin. And then if you go out there and then you start eating, let's say your typical breakfast is going to be some bacon and eggs or toast or something of that nature. I mean, you should not be, you're coming out of a fast when you wake up in the morning, and you should not be going directly into foods that are starch based. If you're breaking a fast, you should start your day off with fruit. That's going to be a better choice for you, and you're going to feel the difference as the day goes on. But if you're putting all this stuff on your body and in your body, what's going to happen? You're going to have side effects. Just like when you take pharmaceuticals from the doctors, you're going to have side effects. Those side effects might not happen right away, but over time, give it 10 years, give it 15, 20, 30, 40 years. And then when you get a certain age, it's like when you're putting diesel in a gasoline car. The engine is the car is just going to break down because you're not putting the right fuel in there. So we got to put the right fuel. When you eat something that is inorganic, meaning fast foods, processed foods, also the GMO foods, the meats. And then people, I tell them don't eat meat. They're like, well, can we eat chicken and fish? That's meat. Anything with eyes and blood is meat. So all of those things, and especially in this country, the way that they process those things, especially the meat industry, is horrific. And then people wonder why they have anxiety. And it's because these animals know what's going on, and they know what's going on, and they have anxiety because before they get slaughtered, they know what's happening because they're doing it inhumanely. So what happens? The energy doesn't die, it just transfers, right? So as soon as you eat that meat, guess what? You eating all that energy, and you wonder why you have high anxiety, why you have depression, why you have all these other things. I mean, it's just, I swear, it's just so bad. Like, what we should be teaching and learning in this country is how to grow your own food, how to be healthy, how to be financially stable. But they don't want us to learn all of those things because then they're going to know, then we're going to learn our power. They are scared of us. So they don't want us to learn the powers that we possess. So what do? They dumb us down by putting all of these things available for us. And of course, they're going to be the cheapest things. Then you have these celebrities out there that is not there for us. They're there so that they can, I mean, they have an agenda, and their agenda is to keep us in line. So they'll advertise things that they're not even doing, or that they even give their children, but they want us to take it, you know? I mean, it's like a big old rabbit hole. I can talk about this like all day long, and it's crazy. So what you eat affects you, and it affects the way that you think. So if you're putting fruits in your body, if you're putting herbs in your body, if you're putting vegetables in your body, not just fruits and vegetables, but it has to be organic, and at the bare minimum, it has to have the seeds. And once you start putting that into your body, and then you add the sea moss and the herbs, you see a significant change. That's why these children out here today, they're running around wild. I mean, some of the parents can't even control their own children, and it's because of the things that they're giving them. If once they change their diet, the child simmers down, is more calm, the child is more inquisitive, starts asking more questions, starts figuring things out for their own instead of having you do it for them all the time. There's a big difference from society 50 years ago to what we have today. And if society and our young people keep going down this path, what is to be of our society in 10, 15, 20, 30 years from now? I mean, I don't think that we're on a good path. That's why people who are woke, and those are the what I mean by that is the people that really understand what's going on in the world, that really understand what it is that is needed, that you can't be blowing smoke up our butts because we know what the truth is. And if we start uniting and then just sharing information and planting the seeds to the other folks, to the other people, to our peers, to our brothers, to our sisters, and then they just start spreading that information, now we start raising our vibration, and we got this high vibration. Then nothing can touch us that is low vibrating. The low vibrating people are the people that's listening to this garbage music out there, because it's actually sending signals to your brain. And this is a scientific fact. If you do the research, you will find the information, the frequency of the music, the lyrics the hidden lyrics that they have in the music as well. And people bop into the music like it's, and then too, why you bop into some music that is degrading women when you came out of a woman, right? And the woman should be protected, not degraded. So, I mean, and if you're listening to that, what type of karma are you allowing and energy into your life? I mean, because there's consequences to everything. So if you live a clean, healthy life, then anything that you want out of this world, the universe is going to provide. You don't even have to go look for it. It's just going to come to you. But when you ride that low vibrating state, you're always going to be ripping and running and chasing the paper, and you're never going to get what you need or want.
Yeah. No,
you're never going to be satisfied.
Yeah. I remember seeing like an interview where the music industry decided to change the frequency on the hertz. And it changed the dynamic of the way people thought. Just because you know how music is energy, so it's certain hertz that enables different psychological behaviors, and that's with adults, kids, everybody else. And I think the original hertz was like 432, and then they decided to up it to like 5 something. But I think that's where from what I heard, this is just the interview, I just looked at it on YouTube, but they said it caused a lot of psychological issues and behaviors, and just and they did a test about it, but y'all can look that research up. But pretty much what I'm saying is she's on to something. So it's more than just like what you intake, it's more so about your lifestyle. So what you listen to, what you choose to give your energy to, that is all going to affect us psychologically. It's all going to affect us in our mental health, right? So it's always good to try to detox away from a lot of the things that we're currently doing. If you're experiencing any of these things, and adopt a different way of not just thinking, but what you listen to, what you speak, how we speak about ourselves, and how you speak to other people. I think that goes into a testament of our energy, and I see, which I'm gonna go to you next, Deja, talking about the effects of the chakras, in your cells. The water that we drink, it affects our cells. The energy, the music that we listen to, it affects us. Our environment affects us. You can tell by certain environments that we come from, it's going to affect our energy because it's what we're used to seeing, and it can affect us either positive or negative, right? And so if we're experiencing a lot of these issues, it's always good to try to get away. That's why I always try to preach travel. Like, just get out of your city for a lot. I traveled so many places, and I have a different perspective on a lot of different topics that I probably wouldn't have had I had just stayed in my, not saying my hometown is messed up, but like if you just stay in one place, no matter where you're from, you don't get that outer experience. A lot of times you kind of have a boxed in mentality, and it's kind of hard to change, and it affects us how we are. You know what I'm saying? And so I think what you're saying is true, and it's like I said, it's deeper than the herbs. It's literally a lifestyle change, right? So Deasia, what and I know you know tons about the topic, right? So what's your take on it when it comes to the mental health? And I know you said you've healed your own traumas, right? And so what can you give the people about mental health and the lifestyle?
So what I can give is, Corley said a lot.
Broke it down.
She held it down. What I can say is, number one, it always starts off with the spiritual, like the whole spiritual aspect. And when I mean spiritual, it's like with your chakras, it's with your spirit family and everything. Like, no, it's like traumas. Let's start with the traumas. Traumas is the huge thing that has been passed down to babies to kids, and those traumas affect them. Their environment, it affects them. The food is a big big thing. But I also want to add, the products, the air, them polluting the air, changing the weather, all that is a big major play. But for me personally, I had really suffered depression because my family, their trauma and the things that they left unresolved, and then in a bad environment. And then as soon as my mom put me on birth control, that's when I really started saying I'm depressed, and gained a lot of weight and all this other stuff with that medication. And if you know the backstory of birth control, but birth control really started, they wanted to like try to depopulate the minorities. And they started by going to Puerto Rico, giving it to all the Puerto Rican women, and then bringing it to New York, giving it to the mental patients and colored patients. What you say, Corley? Oh, no problem. So they were giving it around.
So with the excuse me, sorry. So with the reason why women have birth control today is in the early 1900s, they was testing the women in Puerto Rico to try the birth control. And I believe that's why Puerto Ricans are so ravaged with cancer. I've personally experienced this with my own family. I mean, my grandfather even developed breast cancer and urethra cancer, which is a rare cancer. The women in my side of the family they either experience some type of breast cancer, uterine cancer, ovarian cancer, or cervix cancer. So it does, and I believe this is the effects from generations later of the things that they did to our ancestors. So the reason why there's birth control pills right now is because of all the testing that they did to the Puerto Rican women in Puerto Rico in the early 1900s.
Yep, agree. So yeah, you have that birth control, and they're giving that to teenagers at these young ages, and these teenagers, they'll get obsessed with a guy or fall in love with a guy, and that don't work out. Now they superly depressed. Those are major factors that is going on as of today with teenagers and mental health, is with this birth control stuff and this medication stuff. So I pretty much like grew out of it by going vegan, because I learned about Dr. Sabian stuff, and I stopped putting unhealthy stuff in my body, and I started seeing the light in all my situations. But then I would have a streak period, depression, because I was going through stuff with family traumas. So family traumas again making you fall out of your lifestyle change of eating your food. So now you're binge eating, emotionally eating, and your environment is unhealthy. And it's really like you really gotta like try to reverse your family trauma. You have to get in your own space, and you also have to find a better uh healthy coping mechanism, which I did with sound bowl healing, going to the gym. Gym is really good for relieving stress, doing music. um and also on that music topic, as we go to XX Temptation, he had an interview where he was saying he was manipulating his frequency by making people what was it, astral project, lucid dream, and they can affect people's mental health. Kanye West had his interview where he was talking about they was subconsciously programming the music. Oh, beat that girl up, beat that girl, kill this person, and making people more angry. The hertz would go in the hertz frequency would go on your root chakra. Your root chakra is your base chakra. It is known for stability, um, feeling stable, secure within your weight, yourself, money, environment. So they were trying to throw off people's root chakras, making people gain weight, making people angry, making people feel like they're not enough, always concerned about money, feeling dangerous, feeling not safe. And that's also root chakra also is a depression too. So if your root chakra is unbalanced, um, that means like it's affecting your mental health. So you will have to like to balance your root chakra. You have to eat a lot of red foods like strawberries, raspberries, um, tomatoes, red bell peppers. Wear red. Listen to root chakra frequencies. Say that you are secure, that you are safe, that you are happy, that you are grounded. Going to the nature, going to the woods with your bare feet, and yeah, that's pretty much my takes on everything.
Nice, dope. What you got on the show?
So, man, they pretty much covered everything, man. From from a
Exactly.
good, insightful perspective as well. You know, I love it. Um, yeah, man, I really, it's not even much to add, man. I think I learned a lot too. Definitely that birth control. I think that was a good little gem, little tidbit to see some of the origin of that, and me just working personally at a group home, man, and in this environment and seeing a lot of medicated and seeing how emotional they are and seeing how that their mental health is affected. Definitely. A lot of times these kids they can't do it themselves. Their parents or whatever at the group home that whatever has caused them to be on those medications, they can't do anything about it themselves. But those of us that can, I think those more organic sources, those alkaline sources, are definitely better for the mental health. From somebody who's in those environments and see how they affect those kids. Man, it's issues every day when it comes to the mental. So, like I said, man, I'm learning. I'm sitting back over here. I'm learning so much. So I really don't definitely see everything that I've here mentioned.
Yeah, that's real because and they covered a lot too because it's more than just the herbs, right? It's like you said, it's what we surround ourselves with, and I like what Deja was talking about with healing your root chakra when you eat like a lot of the red foods, right, to kind of help balance you out, like strawberries, raspberries, things like that. I remember when I was like having congestion, like when it was cold, cold outside. I remember when I went on my detox, I did a berry diet, but I also did cantaloupe. I did cantaloupe, I did mango, I did blueberries, and I did raspberries and grapes. and I had raw vegetables. Went outside and just ran. You know what I'm saying? I went just to sweat it out. So went outside with a hoodie on, thermal on, sweatpants. I remember that show we did, you know, a while back in the wintertime, you know, and took me about a week. And the only hot meal that I had was roasted chickpeas. And that was really it. You know, everything else was raw. So I had raw zucchini, and of course the berries, you know, and just coughing the mucus out, right? Just getting it out pretty much, you know, and I started to feel better going out there, getting that sunlight, going out there running, just sweating it out, you know, everything I can to just kind of release everything that I possibly can. Just nothing but water. I didn't drink any juices. I didn't drink any sodas, which I don't drink much anyway. I just straight water. And the rest of that was just the fruit, you know, and I felt so much better, right? And it's like, it's really what we and surround ourselves with too. You know, I just kind of stayed to myself, you know, meditated, you know, got some great sleep, you know, took me a nice hot bath every night, you know, soaked in my good old cannabis sativa. You know, that's my gym that I give everybody for sore muscles, you dig? So I made sure I embodied that, and I just wholeheartedly just invested in that. Didn't really go out anywhere. So, you know, and it works wonders, you know, so I definitely I appreciate that, because like I said, it's gems, you know. And I remember Coralie was talking about, you know, digesting the different meats. It reminded me of that TV show on Netflix, like What the Health. I don't know if y'all seen that or not, but What the Health talks about a lot of what, you know, Miss Coralie and Deja was talking about with eating these different type of foods, because the animals, they take on a lot of these energies, right? It's a traumatic experience, you know, the way that they're, you know, getting rid of the animals, but cutting up the meats and stuff to give to us. And I remember seeing a documentary where a lot of the meats will come back and it's like they're green, but like they have like little in them. So what butchers do when they see that, they cut it
Yep.
out, move it, throw it away, but they still give you the meat. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? And so what people don't realize is animals, they take on energy just, I'm not gonna say just like us, but they're similar because they take on those energies. So when we're digesting it, we're digesting everything. We're digesting what they've experienced, and it does take a toll. I was joking with my cousin one time. When I had eaten chicken, like after I had done my diet and everything, because I wanted to really see the effects of like going back to what I was normally eating, you know. And after I ate the meal, I went to sleep, and it had a crazy dream. I had a weird dream, man. And I woke up and just didn't feel right, you know what I'm saying? And so I wholeheartedly think it was the diet, you know. And even the next day, I felt that mucus coming up. Right. And so, of course, I went back to my, you know, to the alkaline plant-based diet just to clear it out. But point making, you know, when we detox ourselves, we don't realize how congested we are. We think we're healthy, but until you really and truly detox, you'll really see how healthy and or unhealthy we really are, you know. So I think those were amazing gems, you dig? And so I think it'll give people a better insight on what they're currently doing. You know, if any of the things that we mentioned in this topic, if that's something that you're doing, you know, I suggest looking into other factors of cleaning out your energy. I know Nipsey Hussle always said, master your energy. So, you know, you got to protect your energy, you know, detox from some of the things that you're currently doing, and invest in a more healthier lifestyle, more healthier, clean eating. I was actually going to give a herb that I typically use. Excuse me. Actually, there's a couple of them, but let me pull it up. I use Damiana, and Damiana, I use it a lot for pushing nutrients like to my brain. So like I'll take sea moss and burdock root with Damiana, and that typically will clear a lot of my headaches. Like sea haw is another herb that I take, you know what I'm saying, just to clear my headaches and stuff like that. You know, and I typically take liquid iron, or I'll take the herbs, you know, the different type of herbs, like, you know, the burdock roots, you know, the sarsaparilla, you know, bladderwrack, you know, just I'll take these different iron herbs just to kind of help, you know, with me with my energy and help cleanse this up. You know, I think I sent show some of the herbs that I take, you know, so you see like this whole list of stuff that I had. You know, but you know, it's a testament just to say I've healed my own traumas. I've talked it out. And even blood sugar. I've taken Nopal. That helps with my training, and it helps me kind of stay focused. So I'll combine Nopal and I'll combine rhodiola. Rhodiola is a really good one for people with ADHD. So anybody who has attention deficit disorders, or have symptoms of just like a lack of concentration, um, what I would recommend, I would say I use rhodiola. It's a natural plant. The story behind it is the Vikings used to use it before they go into battle. It cleared their minds, and it was able to have them focus more when it comes to battle. Hence, half the reason why they were so successful in their art of war. And so I combine that going to the gym. And that's pretty much like my pre-workout, what I'm saying, in a sense. And I take it in the morning too, just to kind of get my brain ready for, whatever task I have, right? So, that's just some of the things that I take, that I want to share with you guys, right? So, yeah, I think this was a good show. I think this was a good topic. Any final words, show? And I'll get with Coralie and Deasia after that.
So, the show. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I appreciate them just coming through with all the knowledge, the gems. Definitely.
We appreciate
This. This was I learned a lot, man. Didn't have to add much. I'm definitely going to try to check out some of the herbs and see what type of information you guys got going on. I love it. I love the movement. Appreciate it. Much appreciated.
Yeah. That's real. So I appreciate that, man. Make sure y'all go check out www.alkalinehealingherbs.com, and make sure y'all go check out www.dvibes.shop. You know what I'm saying? And tap in with these ladies, man. They gave some really great gems, and I appreciate both of y'all for coming in on the show. I think this was a really great topic. I don't think they expected it either. You know what I'm saying? Just talking about even the music. You know what I'm saying? That's a deep gem. I ain't really get into, you know what I'm saying? Because I know about it, but I didn't really say it yet. But y'all, the fact that y'all already brought it up lets me know y'all tapped in for sure. You know what I'm saying? So we like to kind of end the show just like with last few words, So if y'all have any last few words before we end it up, take it away.
So for me, I believe that what we need to do and what has been lost is our connection to nature. So going back to our roots, what were the things that we were doing before we were inundated with all of this information, with all of these foods, with all of these, before we've been kidnapped, before we've been, abused, before we've been, all of these things that happened to us. What were we doing? And those are the things that we need to get back to. So that way we can find ourselves, and then we're also honoring our ancestors, and breaking generational curses as we move forward. So it's basically a lifestyle thing. It's not something that you just do to cleanse your body and then you go back to your old habits. Because what happens is, if you keep doing that, you just make it worse for yourself. Because how can you, after you have a clean environment and then you go back and then you put all of these toxins back in there. So when you do that back and forth, that it just makes things worse rather than better. Everything, if you still want to eat certain things, just do things in moderation. Have more fruit, have more herbs, making sure you start your day with the fruit. Like in the morning, you could have fruit, you could have a smoothie. In the afternoon is your largest meal. At night, have a salad if you need to eat or have something 3 times a day. Most of us that live this lifestyle, we only do a meal a day. Honestly, we do intermittent fast because with that one meal, we're satisfied because we're not even hungry, because we're nourishing our bodies with the right elements, with the right foods. So going back to nature, and then, and grounding, Deja brought that up, about the grounding and making sure we put our feet in the ground. But it's like, where is it safe to do that when we have all these dogs in the park, So there's that other element. So, I mean, it just gets tricky and you just got to find your balance. Our store is inspired by Dr. Sabi. So, that's the master teacher right there. You could always, we do have an app that you could download. It's called Alkaline Healing Herbs. There is a section in there that's called Dr. Sabi videos, and it'll take you to a link of over 100 videos of Dr. Sabi. And you can hear it directly from the horse's mouth on the lifestyle and what it is that you need to do to get healthy. If something is happening to you, you need to come and you want to go the natural way. I'm always available. You can always contact me at 773-983-4877 for a free consultation.
That's perfect. That's perfect. What was the name of that app again? I'm actually looking it up right now.
The name of the store, Alkaline Healing Herbs.
Oh, you said it was an app too, right?
Yeah, is an app.
So is the app called Alkaline Healing Herbs as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I see.
So the store and the app is called the same.
Okay. Got it. Perfect. All right. Perfect. All right. So Deasia, we'll end it off with you. Any last words?
So I agree with what Coralie was also saying, going back with nature. My last words is for people that really want to be, like, you tired of your stomach hurting, you tired of going through mental depression, you tired of having obstacles and problems go along, you have to start within your spiritual. Like, you can't lose weight. Like, they say it's a mental mindset, but it's really your spiritual mindset too, because when I lost all the weight, it was somebody did energy body contour where they told me I couldn't lose weight because I was holding on to these traumas. I was holding on to these insecurities, these problems and stuff that happened to me in childhood and adulthood. So you have to really touch into like all your traumas, all your problems, all your blockages, your mental health, everything. Um, Also changing your food. Stop saying diets. Y'all gotta stop saying diets too, because diets means to die. Like, you're doing it for a short time to die. It's a lifestyle change. You're doing it to live for life. So take these lifestyle changes occur. Like, you really gotta eat fruits and vegetables. Meat, you think you need meat, you really don't. It's the plants that made the meat. So you can do the same thing with the plants. You can make the plants and to taste it to your occurring, but you need to start doing detoxes. Every month should be a detox. Change your music. Stop listening to that garbage. If it's gonna throw you off, stop talking to toxic people. Stop living in a toxic environment. Get your own stuff, and stop always believing you are made to work. You are not always made to work for the system and work the rest of your life. You have to change your mindset and change everything. We also are going to be doing our radio show, starting the season back up this Monday, around 8:30, from 8:30 p.m. So I would love, if y'all interested to come on, I would love for y'all to come on as well. But yeah, you can find it on my page.
Yeah, just let us know. Send us a link, and we'll definitely tap in for sure.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for having us on the show. We appreciate y'all and appreciate the information that y'all provided and giving us another outlet as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. I didn't realize there was a group, of alkaline, on Facebook, right? So, I'm luckily, I got some people that's always tapped in, you know what I'm saying, and they always looking for some talent, and different knowledge base that we could honestly utilize, because like I said, we're here to really push the fit lifestyle. We're here to push the healthy lifestyle, the healthy living, and have fun doing it. You know what I'm saying? I knew it was going to be a good show. I don't never bring the Malcolm X glasses out for a reason. I knew I was going to learn something. I was going to learn something. So I was like, let me go ahead and rock the glasses on real quick, because I know it's going to be a lot of learning, a lot of teaching. You dig? So, yeah, we definitely appreciate y'all. And we'll definitely tap in, too, once we get off the line, because, I would love to hop on y'all's show and, whatever gems we can give, we'll make sure we do that. So typically when we exit out, I always, we ended off with, when we face with an obstacle, what we do. And Showtime normally say we rise and rise. So I'm going to have both of y'all tap in and say the same thing. At the end, just we rise and rise. You dig what I'm saying? So just to pay some bills real quick. Hey man, I appreciate the risers for coming, man. This was a great hit show. Take all the information that was given here and apply it to your lifestyle. You dig what I'm saying? And so just to make sure y'all get it, always tap in with the Rise and Rise application. It's called Rise and Rise Fitness. You dig? That's the name of the app. So we do have the 30-day challenge going hard. I already got people taking pictures. They doing videos. You dig what I'm saying? So I want everybody, if y'all want to join in the challenge, if y'all could do something for me. So anybody who's joining in the challenge, take a before picture, like a day 1 picture, and then take a day 30 picture and see what the results are, and send it in to me, right? So what I may end up having to do is whoever has the best transformation, you might win a little prize. You dig what I'm saying? So, hey, I just want to make sure we get people fit. You dig? And it's a free application that costs you nothing. It costs you nothing to make sure you tapping in and being your best self. This is just volume 1. We have so many different volumes coming out. It's got resistance bands training. It's got body weight training. You don't need the weights. You don't need a gym. You can do this at your house. You can do it outside. You can do it anywhere where you have some room, some free room to do what you got to do. You dig? And always make sure you tap in with the Rise and Rise Academy food pyramid. So I want to make sure y'all see that. The food pyramid is here, y'all. This is clean meats at the very top. And like I said, these are the small portions. So the bottom portion is the biggest portion. That's your alkaline veggies. That's your alkaline grains. The next portion is your fruits and your herbs, whole foods and whole snacks. That's the next biggest thing. And that little small 10%, if you're going to choose to eat the meat and the other substance, make sure it's a small amount. So you have your plate look like this. 80 to 90% of your diet should be mostly plant-based, filled with alkaline veggies and grains to give you that good energy for that detox. The rest of it is herbs to make sure that you're pumping yourself up with that nutrients, because we all know how low in vitamin D and vitamin C, vitamin A that we are, because we're really not getting the nutrients from the foods just because of we know what's going on with the world and how they're making that money. I know Deja put that in the comment. So make sure y'all tap in and make sure y'all utilize this as y'all's platform of food, so that way you can detox the right way and you can get big and try to gain your gains like your boy Cobe over here in Showtime. You know what I'm saying? I know Showtime was showing off them shoulders last week. You know what I'm saying? It made me want to go harder in the gym. You dig? But yeah, so I appreciate everybody coming through, man. So thank you so much, Lee. Thank you so much, Deja, for pulling up to the show. And
thank you.
The game. You dig? So when we face with an obstacle, what we do?
We rise and rise, baby. Peace.
Yeah. Peace.